much longer will America exist? A big question. And as an American, I've got a lot of interest in seeing America prosper. But in my opinion, our secret to survival has been lost. And if we don't bring it back soon, okay, just stay tuned for the breakdown on what's going down on the Lebanon border. And finally, we'll talk on how Israel plays a critical role in America's success. I'm Joshua, and this is the Israel Guys. Welcome to the Israel Guys, where we believe in a world of anti-Israel propaganda and Jew hatred. You should have a direct connection to the land and people of Israel. Okay, we're diving into a kind of a big topic here today. I want to set the record a little bit straight as we dive into this discussion. A little bit global perspective. Why are you hearing a global perspective here on the Israel Guys? Yes, we're talking about Israel, but we're also talking about a lot of those international responses that don't make a lot of sense. Well, we're going to figure out a little bit what are the reasons why these international bodies are making such outrageous statements on Israel, all within the context of what's happening today here in Israel. So diving in, I want to explain a little bit. Here at the Israel Guys, we talk a lot about the news and what's going on, but our perspective is completely different from that of the international mainstream media. A lot of their perspectives come from an idea that Israel is not going to be here forever and is just a great sales item for news titles, as we see that every day of the week. They sell the war. They sell, a lot of evil in Israel. Well, we're not doing that. Our difference is we believe that Israel will succeed. Here at the Israel Guys, we believe it wholeheartedly. We stand with the people of Israel in a long-term success. These people have come back to their land just like God promised. God made a covenant with Israel, and we believe that. We believe Israel's always going to be here. The godless news sources will have you believe otherwise, but we believe that there's a God of Israel. We believe that the people of Israel are a response to the God of Israel, bringing them back to Israel. So there's a Bible thing happening here, and we believe in that here at the Israel Guys. You'll hear in the godless media things like Israel's on the verge of collapse, Israel's on the verge of civil war, Hezbollah is about to attack Gaza, rockets, it's all, Iranian nukes. Government leaders are constantly against Israel. You hear that. That's what you hear every day on the international media. And I like to say with or without the U.S., the UK, UN, and all those international bodies, Israel will succeed. And we believe that here at the Israel Guys. So that kind of sets us apart, and our opinion on what's going on here in Israel, a slightly different view. So maybe we're sharing some of the same content that you may be hearing, like we'll discuss now what's going on in Lebanon, but our view of that situation is much different. So stay tuned for the positive, not the doomsday. And all those things that I mentioned that are happening. Yes, there's things happening in Israel, but those are doomsdays views of those points and those things that are happening here in the country. Here at the Israel Guys, you're going to get a little bit different view of what's going on. So that being said, we want to talk about the potential war with Lebanon, Iran, all these things that we're talking about here. We're talking about these in terms of a strong Israel, a capable Israel, powered by a strong and capable God that has remembered his covenant with Israel, brought them back to the land of Israel, and has fully prepared them to defend them. He's prepared them, and he's prepared to defend them. We know those kind of stories. Anybody that's ever read the Bible understands that God can take care of these people in this land just fine. And that's our backdrop. So when the enemies of Israel raise their ugly heads against Israel, hey, if you don't want to read the Bible, that's fine. Go read some history books. Don't be afraid. Those supporters of Israel, don't be afraid. Come to the land of Israel. Come join the people of Israel in their incredible success. Hey guys, we'll be right back. But first, we got something really awesome to share with you. A way to stand with Israel, a real practical way. In many ways, a game changer for our brave Israeli IDF soldiers out there, especially as the summer heat rises to triple digits. Cool collars. Yes, you heard that right. Cool collars, especially designed by an Israeli scientist and former IDF soldier to tackle the scorching heat and keep our soldiers comfortable while on duty. Summer in Israel can be brutal on our soldiers, and during challenging conditions to protect our nation, they're decked out in full gear, head to toe in the heat. Can you imagine? That's why we are thrilled to introduce these incredible cool collars. What makes these cool collars so unique, they incorporate high-tech cooling materials that instantly lower body temperature when in contact with the skin. Imagine the relief our soldiers will feel when they slip these on during their missions or training exercises. Not only do these cool collars provide physical comfort, but they also offer a morale boost. Picture a group of IDF soldiers, their spirits lifted and focus sharpened, all thanks to the relief of these cool collars. These cool collars are designed to be lightweight and unobstructive. Our soldiers won't have to worry about having added burden while they carry out their duties with honor and dedication. The best part of it is that you can be a part of this incredible initiative. Every cool collar purchase is a chance for all of us to contribute to the well-being of those who safeguard the Holy Land of Israel. So let's join hands and make this summer a bit more bearable for our brave IDF soldiers. You guys remember, just go down to the description below, click the link to purchase a cool collar, and stand with the IDF. So that's the kickoff to today's show as we talk about some of the hard things that are going on. Now, we're talking about it within the idea of what's going on. Now, the other thing I want to discuss really quickly is you got to remember that the media is downplaying Israel's success. It's a part of their the criteria for being on the other team. What I mean, so you're either on Team Israel and God of Israel. That's like the box, that's a team. God's doing great things in the world through the people of Israel, the land of Israel. And there's this other team that is against everything godly and of God. And unfortunately, the mainstream media is on the opposition. They're on the other team. So just understand it real simply. That's the reason why they're so negative about everything. And they want to see the destruction of Israel. They want to demonize Israel. That's why. Well, here at the Israel Guys, we actually see ourselves on Team Israel, Team God of Israel. We want to stand with the people and the God of Israel and their great success. And the success is happening. So hold on tight, guys, as we talk about what's happening and how America is actually making a big-time flaw. And, well, if we look at history, that's a pretty big mistake. Other nations that made the same mistake are no longer with us. So we're going to talk about that right now. So what's the mistake? Well, first, what's going on in Lebanon? Well, the situation started about a year ago when America pressured Israel to make a big mistake. And that was to give away some of its gas, natural gas in the Mediterranean Sea over to so-called Lebanon. But who knows what's actually going on there, right? Well, Lebanon's not actually in charge anymore. America was actually pressuring Israel to give over gas rights in the Mediterranean to Hezbollah. And that was a play just to see where America was. Does Hezbollah need a gas field? No. Hezbollah was checking to see if they could push America to be against Israel. And they were able to succeed with that. So Hezbollah won, and Israel succeeded in its leftist government, interim government at the time under Yair Lapid, caved to the pressure pushed on by America as well as Hezbollah. You can't really say the Lebanese anymore because Hezbollah has fully taken that over. To say that the Hezbollah, or to say that Lebanon is an elected government run place is really a farce today. Hezbollah is fully taken over Lebanon. We're not talking about the Lebanese elected government anymore. We're talking about a fully taken over place called Lebanon by Hezbollah. So now we're referring to it as Hezbollah. So Israel gave in to American pressure to give Hezbollah what they wanted. And now what do we see? Just a year later, we see Hezbollah, of course, you give an inch, they take a mile. That's the way terrorists do. They're just pushing those buttons to see where we're at. Hezbollah now is advancing with American support on the Israel's northern border. Here's the big problem is the U.S. created the situation in support for a so-called Lebanese government to try to be the hero and save Lebanon from this destructive thing. What they failed to mention is the destructive thing is called Hezbollah. Hezbollah has wreaked havoc throughout Lebanon. The American government, current government, is not recognizing the true problem, and it's actually decided that that Israel is the actual problem, and now is playing middleman and actually siding with Hezbollah in the farce that it's actually Lebanon. So we say so-called Lebanon, but it's no longer Lebanon. It's Hezbollah It's not Lebanese-run Lebanon anymore. It's Iranian proxy-run Lebanon. That's a totally different thing. But America is still disguising it as a Lebanese-run Lebanon, which is so far from the truth. So this is a massive problem. And how we know this for sure is that America is funding heavily the Lebanese military. Now, today, the Lebanese military has been completely taken over by Hezbollah. So when America gives the so-called Lebanese military $3 billion since 2006, that funding now is going directly to the hands of Hezbollah. Hezbollah and the Lebanese military work in tandem together. They work together. The attacks that are happening on the northern border are together. Many times together they are fighting. So now this is the big wake-up call, and this is the moment that you'll understand today's title and our show, How Much Longer Will America Exist? If America continues to fight a proxy war against the state of Israel. Many people think it's all about, oh, America's big and we're able. No, we see the interfighting in America. We see the turmoil. Well, a lot of this took place, if you go back and look at it, on how America has been treating Israel for decades. Whenever America did something to Israel, we see the results of that. And this is not just a statement just for Americans. This is a statement for every people group across the planet. You have the Jewish people and the people of Israel that have represented God from day one. And you have other people in the world. And the other people in the world that fought against and opposed those people of Israel, they were dealt a pretty serious blow. That's historic. Like I said, you don't just have to read the Bible to get that. You can read history books and understand that that's the case. Where are the Romans today? Well, they brought one of the biggest blows to the Jewish people of all time. Where are they? Well, they're not existent today. Well, we have numerous examples on the same kind of level. And where do they stand today? They're all gone. So America, where are we standing today in relation to the people of Israel, the land of Israel? Are we supporting? Are we against? Are we paying proxy armies? You know, this is big news, actually, to understand that America not only is paying Mahmoud Abbas and his 20 proxy groups here in Judea and Samaria on the ground, $2 billion since they were elected, the Biden administration. They're not only paying those billions of dollars to terrorist proxy groups fighting Israel and killing Jewish civilians. They're also now, that's within Judea and Samaria, they're also funding a proxy war on the northern border of Israel through the Lebanese army been taken over by Hezbollah. Did the money stop? Of course, America knows that Hezbollah is in charge of the Lebanese army now. But did that money stop? No. They're continuing to give money to the Lebanese military, knowing full well that the Lebanese are completely controlled by Hezbollah, and those financial gifts to the military and the building up of the Lebanese military is only being used right now to target Israel and to advance a very potential, very likely war on Israel's northern border, funded again by America. So here's my question. America is funding these proxy wars, multiple proxy wars against Israel. Maybe that's news to you. And, you know, I really, really have to correct that. I hate to say that America, because I know full well that there's billions, or let's just say millions. There's billions of people across the world, but that are supporting Israel. Millions across America that are supportive of Israel. Now, I would say that the Democratic Party in America is indeed pushing these American goals, their Democratic goals, are their party, Democratic Party goals on these proxies and funding these proxies. So it's not the American people, it's our current administration that is funding proxy wars, not just one. There's a lot going on under the scenes. Now, if we continue to do this, let me just ask you a basic question. I'll have you guys answer this yourself. I'll have my opinion here. I'll give you my answer, but I want to ask the question, why are global leaders always, this is how you know what team you're on. We talked about teams. How do you know what global leaders are always more than ready to support Israel in giving up land every day of the week, anytime? People are pressuring Israel, nations are pressuring Israel to give up land. But have you ever once heard of or seen anyone support Israel in these recent times, even historically, pressuring Israel to hold on to its ancient boundaries? Have you? I mean, this is a very rare circumstance that anyone would ever, like King Cyrus in the Bible, told Israel to come back. There's very few circumstances, a UN vote in 1948, very few circumstances where the world actually said, yes, Israel, you should actually dwell in your borders as you see fit. Very rare. But on a constant, everyday basis, we have the nations around Israel are constantly denying Israel its right to exist within its ancient homeland, saying that Israel does not have rights to these borders. America siding with Hezbollah on its northern border, telling Israel to give Hezbollah land. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is not what we do. We side with the people of Israel, not against the people of Israel. History tells us that. So to this question, I'll give you my answer. And you guys can give your answers in the comments below if you'd like to on why you see global leaders always supporting Israel to give up land, but not supporting Israel to hold its ancient boundary. This may sound crazy, but this is my answer. Israel represents God in the world. We spoke about this a little bit. In my opinion, Israel represents God in the world. And today, Israel does. Tomorrow, Israel does. Forever, Israel represents God in the world. That's a fact that we must come to grips with. And if this is the case, then you have two teams. Those that support and love the God of Israel and be a part of it, and the team that doesn't. So people that treat Israel well, they'll receive the blessing. We see this again historically. People that don't treat Israel well, we see it historically. They're actually just not. They don't exist because they did not understand a basic principle that was set from the foundations with the Jewish people and this. So why constantly in the news is everybody talking about Israel? Because it comes back to the same principle. We hold very true to this principle here at the Israel Guys. Now, for all of you, this is where it sets. This is where the Israel Guys set on this issue. And the reason why we stand with Israel, and we know that Israel will succeed. We know. After thousands of years of oppression and people group after people group trying to destroy the people of Israel, just like on today's show, we have people, and today in the world, we have people trying to destroy the people of Israel. Guess what? They won't succeed. So get on the right team. Israel invites you. I invite you. Get on the right team. Get on the right team. Support the people of Israel. Dig deeper into understanding who are the Jewish people. What are they doing? How are they succeeding? And don't downplay the success like the whole world is doing. Downplaying the success of Israel will bring you no success. Believing in and understanding and digging into understanding the success of Israel will bring you a lot of success. So today, as long as the world continues to spin like it always has, there are a few nations that should take a look through history and make a few critical adjustments. America being chief of those nations at the moment, that should make some critical adjustments for, well, its continued existence. America will be judged just like every other nation was judged, and according to how it deals with Israel and the people of Israel, especially in a day when Israel actually exists. In 1948, nations had a big choice. Will you support the people of Israel, the land of Israel? Well, that decision remains to be seen with the American people, the public. You guys should share this video. We should get this concept that support for Israel really is important. I want you to understand this. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from here at the Israel Guys. We have to get this word out. Well, if nations don't understand this, they're going to continue in the horrific historic cycle of just disappearing after fighting Israel and continuing to fight Israel, because it won't succeed. I hope you guys understand that by the end of the show here. Guys, as always, you've got to tune out the fake news. You got to tune into what's actually happening here in Israel's heartland. Let's get that conversation going. We'll be back every day, Monday through Friday, with your direct connection to the land and people of Israel.